Today we will discuss about gCloud, a command line to manage your Google Cloud account. gCloud is crucial utility and very useful when you're trying to manage your account through command line or trying to automate multiple things in your Google Cloud account. My name is Rohit Garg and I welcome you on our YouTube channel Decode ITES. Decode ITS provides you single learning platform for multiple IT technologies. What is gCloud? gCloud is command line utility provided by Google and a part of Google SDK software development kit to create and manage Google Cloud resources. You can perform a list of operations using gCloud. gCloud is very useful while working on scripting some actions or automating some tasks in Google Cloud. In Google Cloud, there are a list of services that you can manage and create using gCloud CLI, like Google Cloud Compute Engine Services, Google Cloud SQL instances, Google Kubernetes, Cloud Data Pro cluster and jobs, Cloud DNS manage zones and record settings, Cloud Deployment Manager deployments. gCloud release levels. gCloud is part of Google SDK and version of both will be same. You must ensure that you are using the latest SDK for latest commands and features. Google gives an option to go beyond this and also leverage you to use alpha and beta version of Google SDK for upcoming commands and features. The gCloud can be divided into three types based on release levels. Journal availability. Publicly released version and available by default. Command and features are fully stable and available for production use. Beta. Beta version is near to final release or general availability version. This is not available by default and user need to install it separately. Commands are functionally completed but may still have some outstanding issues. Next is alpha. Alpha is very initial phase release where commands are in early release and may change without notice. Similar to beta version, this need to install separately and not available by default. gCloud authorization. There is no doubt that gCloud is very useful utility and in the demo, when we will work with some examples, you will also believe it. However, to manage Google Cloud resources, gCloud needs the authorization to connect and perform an action. Google provides two types of authorization for gCloud. User account authorization. It's useful and recommended when you develop some scripts and planning to execute with your ID and by individual's ID who will run it. This you just need to run gcloud init and based on the credential you use to log in Google Cloud will be used for access. Service account authorization. It's recommended when you are planning to deploy some scripts or automation to execute on a large set of servers or complete environment. In this case, you need not to provide your user ID, password for connectivity. Based on service key authorization, you can execute these scripts. For service key authorization, you can download the private key in JSON format file from Google Console and activate it while using. You can use this. You can use it like gcloud auth, activate service account, and JSON file that you have downloaded from Google Console. We will perform a small demo how we can use service account authorization to authorize your gcloud to access Google Cloud platform resources for Google Cloud account. Properties and configurations. Properties in gcloud are used to define settings for different gcloud components. Properties govern the behavior of command and impact of component, like selection of region, zone, and project etc. Configuration are set of properties. Implementing or enabling one configuration will apply all properties in one go. Google Cloud comes up with default configuration and you can make changes as you need. In case you need different configurations, you can create multiple configurations and choose the appropriate one for your current need. Below are some useful commands to manage your properties and configurations in Google Cloud account. We will run each of the command in upcoming demo session. Global flags. Some flags are available throughout the gcloud command line tool experience. like help, project, quiet, verbosity, version, and format. Help is we already discussed in JSUtil. You can run this command to get the options and descriptions of particular command. Project, if you are using a project other than the current one, you can use this and mention the project ID. Next is quiet, disabling interactive prompting. That means it will not ask you anything and works in background. Verbosity can set verbosity level at debug, info, warning, critical, and none. Version display the G-Cloud version information. Format is the option that can convert your output in the required one. There are list of formats available in G-Cloud like CSV, default, diff, disable, flattened, JSON, YAML, and you can choose any of the format according to the requirement. Understanding G-Cloud command syntax. Let's review the G-Cloud command syntax and understand it. Syntax is G-Cloud and release level optional. That means if you are using the general availability of final version or the default version, you need not to mention anything. But in case you are using the beta or the alpha version, you need to mention it here. Component. Component refers to the multiple Google services like compute, Kubernetes, and you need to mention for which component you want to run this command. Entity. Entity refers to the element of mentioned components that you can change or manage, like disk, firewalls, images, instances, region, zone, etc. Next is operation. Operation is the action that you want to perform over the mentioned entity or selected component. You can mention the action according to the requirement like create, update, delete, clear, import, export, remove, add, reset. There are list of actions available. Positional argument. Positional arguments are required for operation to process the command. And next is flag. Flag are additional parameters to govern and control the functionality of the complete command. Each operation has its own and you can check them using the small help -h. Please remember global flag are also applicable here along with the local flag for each operation. G-Cloud command cheat sheet. G-Cloud has list of commands and it's very difficult to memorize them. You can run the --help for the detailed help of G-Cloud commands and available options, and those commands and the requirements is also available over the Google Cloud under the cheat sheet document. You can refer the below link and explore what all options and commands are available if you don't want to run the help or if you are just want to review the available options. For this, I will take you to this page and we will review what all options are available. These are some basic G-Cloud commands for which we will perform a demo session. We have just completed the small demo of basic commands of G-Cloud where we see how we can list the configurations, how we can list the currently available projects, how we can add the new configurations in two ways, option 1 and option 2, how we can set the configurations of currently created configuration, what is the active configuration, currently running versions or component list, and authorize the G-Cloud session outside the Cloud Shell environment. And we also see how we can authenticate the G-Cloud session outside the Cloud Shell. That means from your local system or the local servers, you can authenticate the G-Cloud session and you can continue to use all features or completely manage your Google Cloud account using the G-Cloud outside the Cloud Shell environment. Please perform a hands-on over this lab because it's going to be very helpful in our Google Cloud Learning series. In this demo, we will go through with some basic commands of G-Cloud and get some hands-on over G-Cloud commands and available features. For this, we will start with G-Cloud Help. G-Cloud Help will work similar to the help option works against with other commands in GSUtil that we have used in last chapter. When you run it, it will give you a detailed help. I have already downloaded the detailed help in a document format for my reference purpose. You can see it mentioned that G Cloud is managed Google Cloud Platform Resource and Developer Workflow. Description is G Cloud CLI manage authentication, local authentication, developer workflow and interaction with Google Cloud Platform APIs. Global flags are available for this command and other flags are also available. This document and description of G Cloud Help is very helpful to have a basic understanding what exactly this command is about. go out of this. And now, what is the version of gcloud? This is something very important to check, because Google release new versions time to time with some latest fixes and new commands. For this, you can run gcloud version and it will tell you the available version and the latest version, and it will give you the version of different components available in gcloud. Like for gs utility, the major one that we have used is running on 4.52. If you want to update the gcloud, to update the components of gcloud, you can run gcloud components and update. Because we are running this command over Google SDK and it's directly connected to the Google, any available update will be downloaded and installed. Click yes. Sorry, click yes. It's saying that update manager is disabled. It also gives you the command. You can just run this command and it will activate the installation manager. So we see that when we try to update, it said that your update manager, installation manager is disabled, and it also gives the command for your help. You can just run that command and it will enable the installation manager and update the available components. And it said 0 upgrade, 0 newly installed, and 0 to remove. 19th not required upgrade. That means currently you have the latest version. Also, you can list the available components in gcloud for the reference. Gcloud components list. These are the currently available components and their size. You can remove and uninstall any of the component by mention their name. Like this is your name. You can mention to remove or enable or disable this component. And there are some components which are not installed. If you want to install them, you can just mention and install them. This is the command gcloud components remove or install and component ID. Now next is gcloud properties and configurations. For this, we will run gcloud config list. It will list out the configurations of currently active configuration. So currently active configuration is Cloud Shell 29542, and this is the configuration. Disable update check is true, GCP metadata, the timer second is 5, account is this, disable reporting is false, project is null, environment is dev shell. Now question is, only this are the available components or the properties for the configurations? I will say no. There is a long list of configuration that you can use, and you can run this and you can browse this URL. It's also mentioned in PPT for the list of the gcloud configurations. Gcloud configurations is available like this. Like you have a commands, available properties. These are the properties that you can configure using the gcloud config call. In core function, you have account, default language, project, tokens. In accessibility, you have a screen reader. You can review and configure the properties according to the your need. Let's check if there is any other configuration is listed and not activated right now. No, only one configuration is there, Cloud Shell 29542, which is currently active. No other configuration is there. To create the configuration, you have two ways, and it's very much required. Then why we need to create a new configuration? We need to create a new configuration for different set of properties. For example, you have set of properties while you are working on one environment or one project, and set of properties when you are trying to work on another environment or another project. You need not to configure them at runtime. As and when you log into the server, you can just go and create a configuration list, and as and when you log into the system, you can just activate particular configuration list and start using it. So let's see how we can create the configuration, and we have two ways to create it. I have cleared the pane. We have two ways to create the gcloud configurations. I will demonstrate both ways one by one. First is gcloud config configurations create config option 1. Config option 1 is the name of the configuration. When you run it, it said created and activate it. That means the configuration that you had just created is now activated. How we can ensure that this is the activated one? We will run gcloud configuration list, config list. It will give the details and the configurations of currently running or active configuration. So config 1 is currently active and this is the configuration. You see the project ID is there, my demo project 2, environment is dev shell, account is this. Now this is the configuration it took automatically when you create it. You can now configure it for the better usability of you. Now we will change the project of this configuration. For this we will first check the list of the projects available, gcloud projects list. So these 4 projects are currently under my Google Cloud Platform account. Now we will change the project, set project, and currently we are running this one in this configuration. Now we will choose to use this project under this. Now command is gcloud config set project and project name. Hit enter. Updated project property. Now recheck. Active configuration config option 1 and project is now changed to my project, my first test project 28008 instead of my demo project 227967. You can add some of the other configurations in this configuration file listed here. Let's see, we will add the organization detail. Yes. Now difference is configurations listed under core value can be directly approachable, like project and your tokens was verbosity, but other configurations mentioned in other categories need to be defined. Like this, we have a scc, and under scc we have a configuration is organization. So let's configure the organization value for this. We will then set organization decode its and it will fail. This command is going to fail. It said that no property available with the name of organization because organization is not a part of core value. For this, we need to mention the value of component or area field under which organization configuration is available, and that is SCC. And now you need to mention SCC slash and the configuration of property name and organization name. In this way, you can add any of the configuration available in the configuration list. Hit enter and it says updated property. Now we will use the again same command gcloud config list, and now you can see organization value is also added and it's also mentioning that scc is the area from which organization value is attached. In this way you can edit the configuration file after creation. Now we have one more option how we can create it, and that is gcloud init. It's going to initialize the gcloud. Now it's saying, welcome, this command will take you to the configuration of gcloud. Setting from your current configuration are component managers, means these are settings it will occupy or copy from the existing configuration, and rest you can configure it. For this, it's firstly asking you to use the or reinitialize the configuration with the new settings, create new configuration or switch to and reinitialize existing configuration, whatever you want to do. So we will go with the to create the new configuration because we are going to use this option to create a new configuration. This is option 2. Now it's asking you to enter the configuration name. This is our option 2 or the type 2 to create the configuration. So we will give a config option 2 the name. Checking the network. Now it's asking you, choose the account would you like to use the perform operations for this. We will go with the default account, Rohit GCP ADM, or you can use any of the account and it will take you to the login process. Now it's asking you the project under which this configuration work, for which this configuration work, we will use the 1. Do you want to configure the compute region and zone for this? I will say yes. This is the available zones, like say you want to run the or you want to assign Asia East 2 for the default one. Asia East 2 is the default region for this, and you can enter the number against it 46. and your configuration is completed. Now we will run gcloud config configurations list. Previously we checked that only one configuration was available, this one. Now you have config 1 and config 2. An active account is false and true. Account ID is there, project details are there, default compute region and default compute zone is also available. So in this way, you can list down all available configurations. As mentioned, PPT configurations are the set of the properties, and here we are setting the properties. Now you have the three configurations, and in case you want to switch your work from one configuration to other work, you can just activate the another required configuration. For this, you can run gcloud configuration activate. Let's move to. Let's first check which is the active configuration right now. Currently we are on configuration 2. Now we'll move to configuration 1. Activate. No. Config. Oh, sorry. Spelling is mistake for activate. Configuration is activate. You can again run the config list. It will show the configuration of current active configuration file. Configuration option is currently activated, and these are the configurations. So in this way, you can activate any of the configuration, and you need not to mention the properties at that time. It will automatically pick the properties from the configuration currently activated. In case you found that any of the configuration is no longer needed, you can just go and delete that configuration. Is asking you are going to delete this. Do you want to continue? I will say yes. And it delete the configuration. Let's see what all configurations are currently available now. Only two configurations are available because we have just deleted the config option 2. The next command is authorizing the login while you are using the gcloud. For this, I am running the gcloud session or Google Cloud SDK session from my local system. This is the command prompt I had just started from my local machine, and now I will run gcloud auth login. First, let's run this command under the cloud shell. Gcloud auth login. It's saying you are already authenticated with the gcloud when running inside the cloud shell. You need not to run this, but still you want to continue, say yes, and it will take you to the complete process. Because cloud shell is directly launched from your Google Cloud Console, and that account is already authenticated at the time of login. But now I am going to run this on a local system where gcloud or Google account is not authenticated for this session. When I run this command, it will generate the login link. It automatically open the browser for this. In case it doesn't open automatically browser for this, you can just copy this link and open it in browser. Enter the login ID by which you want to authenticate this session. It's asking for the password. Complete login process will be there. Now it will ask for the G code because I have enabled the two-factor authentication. It's asking you that you want to allow Google SDK perform the actions on your Google Cloud account. I said yes. Authentication is success. Now you are authenticated with Google Cloud SDK. Let's check gcloud whether it's authenticated or not. Let's run one of the command gcloud projects list. And you can see complete all 4 projects are available here. That means my local Google SDK is now connected to my Google Cloud account. That means you can perform any of the action from your local system now. We have completed our today's lesson over gcloud command line utility. For any questions, please leave comments on video or contact us. Thanks for watching. Do like, share and comment our videos and also subscribe to our channel.